One day, I had dropped my partner off at work for the afternoon, and I headed home until he was to be picked up later on. I got a call from one of my old friends from back in my hometown. He was with one of our other friends, also from our hometown. They told me they wanted to come up to the coast for a drive and to drop in for a visit. As they both now lived in the western suburbs of the city, I hadn't seen them for a while, so I was excited to see them. I made sure the house was clean and waited for them to arrive. An hour later, they arrived, but as I answered the door, they were both acting a little strange. They didn't seem all that enthusiastic to see me, even though it had been 2 years since I had last seen them. Instead of excitement, I started feeling really unpleasant, like something wasn't right. We sat in the lounge room, just talking about our lives, when one of my friends starts whispering in the other friend's ear, right in front of me. What's going on? And what were they planning? They then put everything out on the table. They wanted me to pack up my stuff and move to the city with them. What the hell? I didn't want to do that. Why would I want to do that? I was happy. I had a job, I had a house, a car. I had my partner and my 2 cats. What else did I need? They told me I needed freedom. They told me they didn't like my partner and how he would treat me at times. How would they know all of this? I hadn't spoken to them in years. For over an hour, they sat there trying to pressure me into leaving with them. In my frustration, I said I wasn't going anywhere. I said it was lovely of them to be looking out for me, but I was fine. I was living my best life at this point, and I had responsibilities too. I couldn't just up and leave. They weren't at all happy to hear this, but it was reality. I chose to live my life. They should have respected my wishes, but they didn't. After getting angry and frustrated with my friends, I went out for a smoke, just to clear my mind. After 10 minutes or so, I came back inside, and my friends told me that they were leaving. I went to say goodbye, but they were already out the front door, like they couldn't wait to leave. That was a strange visit, I thought to myself. About 2 minutes later though, I hear a car speeding through the complex driveway, and once the car had reached our house, I hear a loud bang on the front door, and then I hear it again, but not as loud. It sounded like something was thrown at the house. I heard laughing, and then the car speeding out of the complex. Who the hell was that? I thought to myself. I didn't realise who it was until afterwards though. About an hour later, I was just beginning to smell something funny all throughout the house. Even the cats were acting strange, because they were wandering around looking for where the smell was coming from. It smelt fishy, literally. I could smell it strong as ever in the laundry. I looked down next to the washing machine and there was a pilchard on the floor, and then another. I grabbed a tissue and picked them up, and sure enough, that's what the smell was. Where did this come from? It wasn't here earlier. I put them in the bin outside. Then I walked into the kitchen and I could smell it again. There was another one in the kitchen sink. I got rid of it as well. Then I walked into the bedroom and opened my wardrobe to find broken eggs smeared all over some of our hanging clothes. Oh my God! Don't tell me those two did all this while I was having a smoke outside. I kept finding more eggs and more pilchards all throughout the house. Those so-called friends of mine ransacked the house while I was outside. There was no other explanation. As I cleaned the house before they got there, I was really upset. I called one of them and they answered. Did you like your surprise? What did you do that for? Friends don't do that to other friends. I don't understand why I deserve that. You wouldn't come with us, so that's what you're left with. It was more for your stupid partner anyway, so now you have to live with it. And then they hung up on me. I was left speechless, upset and hurt. How could they do this to me? After being friends for so long. It was time for me to go pick up my partner from work, and when I opened the front door, there was an egg on the front door and on the front step. It was them speeding through the complex as well to egg the front of the house for their finishing touch. I checked the car, and luckily they didn't target the car. When I got to my partner's work and he got in the car, I had tears in my eyes. He looked at me concerned. "Babe, what's wrong? Why are you crying?" I struggled to speak because I knew I was going to be in trouble for letting my so-called friends into our house. But I got the words out. I explained the whole thing. My partner wasn't angry with me, but he sure was angry with my friends. He rang them, and they answered. My partner started having a go at them for what they did, and they were both laughing. I'm not sure what was said before they hung up on him, but my partner was ready to go down to the city and sort them out. But the true fury didn't start until we got back home. The smell was even worse now, and it was driving us both mad. He wanted to pull the house apart to clean up all the mess, so we did. The worst part was my partner found egg all under his pillow and some of his clothes. The pilchards were everywhere, under anything you could think of. The lounge cushions for one. I just couldn't get over the fact that they did all this in a matter of minutes. It was quite disturbing. We went through that much stuff in the house that we decided to call it a night and head to bed. It seemed to be never ending. After 2 weeks, we finally got rid of every bit of egg and every pilchard in the house. The house smelt nice again now. Fortunately though, I hadn't spoken to either of those friends since the incident.